1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, hello. Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Ooh. Let me just check if people on the live stream can hear. Apparently, yeah, but the connection I'm using for the development router is really, really slow, so I can't see the YouTube. So if anyone here could check on the YouTube channel, see if our stream is live. Everyone online, maybe you can hear us. あ、田中さん、配信なってます？あ、向こうなってるけど、YouTube なってる？
あ、フィリポン YouTube で。はい。
Okay. Brilliant. Is it working?
Yeah, wait, it just stopped.
Oh, I think
yeah, it's live now.
Ah, cool. I think it's just a bit slow. Brilliant. Well, let's get started. I wonder if everyone can see. I can just about get my head in the frame. Yeah, welcome to another MicroController Mania. I've got the camera up there so everyone can see what we're doing down here. But today I was going to talk a bit about Home Assistant. That's our theme for today, but of course, when it's hacking time, you can build anything, do anything. Has anyone heard of Home Assistant before? No? So Home Assistant is a way to do home automation, like kind of Amazon Alexa, Philips Hue, kind of lights on, lights off type stuff. So I've got a quick demo here, and then I thought we could try out maybe some of the more detailed stuff. So where's a good place to start? Let's start on the simplest thing. So I've got a smart plug. This is just a regular kind of consumer smart plug. I think it's made by TP-Link. And you can, of course, you can use the app that comes with it to turn it on and off. But if we go to our Home Assistant, so turn on the smart plug. Wait, I should not touch it to make it more fancy. So you can see the fan is going and it turns off. And I think you can see in the room, if you listen for the click, there's almost no latency. It's very quick. So that's a real simple one you can set up, just kind of consumer parts. It's very hard for me to show it on the stream. But if I click on my screen like before, turn it on and off. And then also, even more interesting, I think, this is an ESP32. And I've got just one simple LED hooked up. And you can do the same thing here. You can flash this with your own code and then turn any electronic device on and off from the dashboard, just like we had before. So today we're mostly going to be looking at how you might set this up. Yeah. Cool. And this all is running on a Raspberry Pi 4 as a server. There's one down here. And we got a bunch spare, so if you want to try setting it up yourself, you can have a go today. But you can use any old computer if you've got like an old laptop or an old server. Works just as well, and it's very, very simple and quick to set up. So that's the main things we're looking at. Let's go through a few bits of how you set it up then. Well, let's look at just a little bit more detail about ESPHome. So ESPHome is the LED chip here. This chip is an ESP32. And to flash it, you don't actually need to write any code. You can just set it up directly from the Home Assistant page. So for example, here we've got, this is the one device, I just called it ESPHome test. And you set it up with some basic configuration like this. So you need to tell it, well, what type is it? Is that legible? No, it's a bit small. And secret key, I guess it doesn't matter, I'm just setting it up for test. Set up your Wi-Fi, and then here's the important stuff. the different switches and sensors you can set up on the board. So this thing supports an incredible number of sensors. If you go to the ESPHome project and you look at the supported components, they support pretty much anything. Air quality sensors, Bluetooth, ultrasound, voltage if you want to measure your current in your house, temperature, pressure, humidity, that's a big one, magnetic, switches, lights, plant sensors, capacitive touch screens, LED screens, just everything. Like if you can find a component, you can hook it into your home automation with ESPHome. So that's the really good thing about it. So here we've got some of the simplest ones. I've got the switch here, which is the LED, switching it on and off. It's on pin 25. And it's not actually wired up, but let's wire it up now. There's a button on this board. And we can sense, just chuck some of this out here. We can sense a button connection as well. Whoops. So let's do that. So I've already got it here on pin number 26, you can see on the screen. So if I find, let's just pop that into ground. Where's 26? Oh, it's next to 25. And so if we go to the Home Assistant home screen, we should be able to see. On the right there, the test button, if I press it. And I already had an automation set up that would turn the fan on. So I'm using this instead of a button because it's a bit easier to see. If I connect up this, just like a switch or a button would, it turns this on. But it's also turning on the, if you see the test button on the screen here. When I touch these together, and again, the latency is really good, so it's nice and easy to get going. So already you can see how powerful this is. You want to hook it up to your security cameras, and when someone goes through a laser beam, you can take their picture. All that stuff works and is very easy to do. Yeah, that's my quick demo of Home Assistant. Does anyone want to ask a question or try something out or build something tonight? What do you think? Yeah. Do you want to grab a Raspberry Pi 4 and do you want to try from the start? So we've got some here. Here's one. Let me just check if it's got an SD card in. Do you have an SD card you can wipe?
No.
Oh, that's okay. Just in case you wanted to keep your settings, but I've probably got a spare one in here. So let's just use one of these. Where'd my spare one go? Oh yeah. We might be a bit short on cables, but you can find the right cables in a second. Let's do this first. Okay. Need something sharper. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is on your own computer, go to the Home Assistant website and download the image. I'll give you that, my finger. There's a card reader on this thing. Yeah. So if you go to the Home Assistant website, and this is the introduction. And there's actually two versions of Home Assistant. There's a cloud-based version, so you can pay for it and have it cloud-hosted, and maybe that's good for some people. But because it's open source, you can run it completely self-hosted without having to use the cloud at all. So you can have it completely offline if you need to. So if you go to the Oh, that's a nightmare. If you go here, there's different ways to run it. You can run it as the full operating system, which I think is the easiest way to do it. So you just get an SD card, run it on there, and delete everything else. But if you want to, you can run it in a container, like a Docker container, and there's different ways to set it up like that. It's a little bit more complicated, but you can customize more stuff. But I recommend doing the operating system if you're the first time, right? So if you go on Raspberry Pi, and you scroll down to the instructions here, basically you need a piece of software to put the operating system onto that card. And so you can use the Raspberry Pi Imager. It's actually a really good piece of software to use for that. So download that. And once you download it, it will look something like this. あ、もう終わります。じゃあ、また明日。
はい、また明日。
Yeah, I'm going to be in Tokyo tomorrow, so we're going to hang out there. Yeah, so it might take a moment to download it. Have you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Ah, great. Let me try and get this card out of the container. Do you want to try as well?
Yeah.
Do you have a card? Do you have an SD card?
No, I'm not sure.
We can lend you a reader. I just don't know if we have any other micro SD cards we can use. There might be some somewhere. Let me see if I can find one.
Do we have like extensions for this?
Extension. Oh yeah, we can find the cables in a sec. Oh, this doesn't have a card reader. I thought it had a card reader. Sorry, I was thinking of a different one. ちょっと SD カードリーダー
SD カードリーダーは
探してるんですけど、とりあえず多分全部いいかもしれない。Yeah. あ、すみません。We've got everything. Yeah. 1個ありますね。
でも上にないかな。
箱にない？
ここにある。
We'll find one. Just keep that safe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find a bit more hardware here. See if anyone else is following along on the YouTube channel. No? Okay. SD cards, what we're looking for. These ones, I think, have SD cards already in them. That might be big enough. It might not. Yeah, it goes in there. But you need to put the image on it. Yeah.
I cannot flash it.
I left all my card readers at home. I normally have a spare one. Card reader? No. I thought we had one. なんか1個あったと思ったけど。ね? Yeah, so running through the steps. So when you've downloaded the Raspberry Pi Imager, this is the software to put the image onto the card. You can actually just choose from this list. If you go down to specific purpose OS. ありがとうございます。
ごめん、ミュートさっきしちゃったけど。
あ、大丈夫。Yeah. So you can flash one. And we could use the same computer for this, but we can do it on your computer too. Let me move that out of the way. We're going to need some USB-C power cable for this one, won't we?
Can you use the Mac one?
Yeah, you can use the Mac one. So do you want one of these? Cool. The other thing we need is networking.
Which one do you recommend? Should I just flash the normal Raspberry Pi?
Oh, so you need to go to the Home Assistant. So it's under Other Specific Purpose OS, and then Home Assistant is here, and then Home Assistant. So that's what you're looking for. See if you can find that. I'm going to try and get some network cables. Yeah, it looks good. So, yes. So we only really need one person to do it. But you can if you want, but we only have one card reader. So if you had a card reader, you could do it yourself at home. So it takes a little bit of time to download and flash the image. And so while we're doing that, we've got to think how we're going to set up our Raspberry Pis. So if I change the camera, yeah, so because we're using it as a server, it's very simple. We only need power and network. And you can use Wi-Fi, but it's probably better to use the wired connection, a bit easier. And so once we've done that, our server will set up. You can plug in a screen, but there's not a lot to watch. It's just lines of code going, and then finally at the end it says, oh, you've set up your Home Assistant.
Can you attach like cameras and stuff to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do actually have a demo with a camera for later. But again, this is like a consumer camera. But pretty much everything connects via the network. And you can go, this is Wi-Fi, this is Wi-Fi.
I have object detection mode. You can try.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that image is still flashing on your thing, right? Cool. 40%. Yeah, this is the slowest part. And the other great thing about these ESP32 chips is they're very cheap. You know, Raspberry Pi might cost you quite a few thousand yen, but one of these is like 500 yen. So if you want to build sensors all around your house, different places and different rooms, you can use one of these very, very cheap. Cool. See if anyone watching online wants to ask a question. No? Okay. Yeah, so looking at the Home Assistant homepage, you can find examples of devices that will work with Home Assistant. And pretty much everything is supported. You know, Philips Hue, IKEA, Smart Home, Google Assistant. ESPHome is the big one that I like because it's the most hackable. You can plug it into speakers. You can get it to work with Alexa, but it's quite complicated because Alexa is pretty closed. So you have to set up a developer account. You have to make your own kind of key.
It works with Plex.
Pardon?
Plex.
Oh yeah, it works. So Home Assistant has like a little mini media server built in. If you want to set up media stuff with that, depending on what you're doing. Yeah. It also has an app. So you can install Home Assistant app on your phone and then get detection for where people are. So if, oh, you know, it can see, oh, you've left the office, I'll turn on the air conditioning. You know, or oh, you're out late, so I'm going to send you a reminder to not miss the train. So you can do all this kind of automation stuff very easily with almost no programming, which is nice. How many percent are we on?
Oh, it's done.
Is it checking, verifying?
Yeah, it's verifying.
Oh,
90%.
okay. It might be a good idea to plug in the Raspberry Pi just to have a look. I mean, I think I've got a cable for it somewhere. Oh, there we go.
You can remove the
Yeah. Can I plug in the monitor to the Raspberry Pi so I can put it on the projector?
yeah.
Okay, so are you ready to, have you got the SD card in there? Have you got a power supply? We need a power supply as well, don't we? I think this is enough. I need a power supply from somewhere. Let me find one.
Can you use this one?
Yeah, if it works. Yeah, good. Okay.
This one, right?
Yeah. Okay, switching over to the Raspberry Pi. Let's, I can't remember which one it is because it has two. See if it works. Give it a second to catch up. I don't know if it's going to work with this really long cable, you know.
Oh, it's daisy chain.
Little bit daisy chain. Is it this one or is it the other one? Let's try both. I don't know how good this adapter is either. あ、イーサネットケーブルありました？
ありました。
どこにあるんですか？
わかりません。
わ
かりません。
ありませんでしたってことは？
場所がわからない。
ああ、わかりました。じゃあちょっと後で。まあとりあえずこれです。
イーサネットケーブル。
はい、これですね。ネットワークケーブル。多分はい。多分ストレートで大丈夫です。はい。多分放送器具の大きい箱にあると思います。はい。
No. So it's a computer.
あ、すいません。
So it can work independently.
多分放送機材の箱にあると思います。
Yeah, we flash the OS onto the chip.
We can't see it though, can we? Let me try the other side. Just
Did I put the SD card correctly? Check.
Oh,
Once.
it looks good. It looks good. Did you eject it?
No.
Oh, it probably works. I think it's more likely to be the HDMI cable rather than the anything else. Tell you what, let's try plugging it into this monitor and see if we can you see it on the monitor? Sorry for people on the stream.
The lights are not on.
That's mine. Can we get it? So you can start trying to flash your SD card now, because we've only got one card reader. Huh. Try swapping over the cable, just in case.
No.
No, inactive. Okay, try the other one. Maybe the adapter's not very good as well. Oh. Something maybe coming?
It is like
まあ、ただあそこのスイッチからラズパイまで届いたら全然問題ないです。ありがとうございます。
こんなところにスイッチが
あれですよね、カテゴリー5以上ですよね、多分。
まあ多分ラズベリーパイで結構何でもいけそうです。これちょっとスイッチの方にさせてください。スイッチの方にさせてください。すみません、ありがとうございます。
スイッチと
青いケーブル3つがさしてあるところ。
これ
nothing's happening.
Okay.
Do you have any other?
すごい長い。
めっちゃ長いです。まあ、そういう長い。
Oh, okay.
This is USB. Like.
Did you try power cycling it just in case?
No.
Okay, let's see if we can see. So HDMI is on. Turn it off. Can we get anything on screen?
Give me something.
I think. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Maybe it just didn't quite power up right the first time. Okay, cool. So that's the setup. People on the stream can't see, but it's just lots of text scrolling along. In fact, let's move the camera a little bit.
You can try moving the camera. maybe.
I'll move the camera and point it at the screen, just the old-fashioned way. It's on long cables. Can't really see. But yeah, so there's our Raspberry Pi getting set up. And there's the screen. It's really hard to see, but you can just about see. There's actually not a lot to see on the
Okay, I
screen.
need a keyboard.
But no, you don't need a keyboard. So when you set it up, this is what it looks like when you set it up correctly, right? So it finishes setting up, and now you just need to connect. Can we see it on the camera? No.
No.
Just
There,
barely.
like zoom.
It's so, can you tilt the monitor towards me? Yeah. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So you basically get this.
I hold the focus.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you get this text on screen, and the last two lines are the address of the server on your local network. Now, luckily, at the Engineer Cafe, we have an open local network we can use for testing things like this out. Focus. It doesn't want to focus. Oh, it's so bad.
Hold the shutter maybe.
I tried it. I don't know. I think this camera's just not having a good day. Anyway, so that's actually all you need to see. You'll see the address on the screen, and then you're done. And you go back to your computer, and you don't need a keyboard plugged into the Raspberry Pi. You don't need any other stuff. So you need to be on the network EC event. EC event. Great. So we log on to our local network, we connect up, and now hopefully you can connect to the Home Assistant server. Let's go down with the camera a bit. Okay. So after you've done that, you'll see this kind of setup screen, and it takes a little bit of time to get going, and you can start to fiddle with your local settings. Have you managed to flash the image? Do you want to try? Or?
No.
Oh, you could just do this one. Let's just watch this one. So yeah, that's the kind of initial setup. It's really straightforward. Let's fiddle around with, while we wait for that, we can fiddle around with the ESP32 a little bit more and maybe look at how to automate things like we had before. So back to here. You have your kind of overview, your dashboard, where you can kind of directly change things manually and see data, see information like temperature sensors. But also, if you go into settings, you can set up automations. And I just remembered I unplugged this. Oh, okay. I think it will just come back if I plug it back in. Oh, but they might have the same address. So, they got the same address. I'll tell you what. I just need to know the IP address of this, don't I? I can probably find it. Just do a bit of command line foo. Okay. That's okay. Okay, what is the address? Let's have a guess. Could be one. I'm not sure, but I can look it up. Is it that one? No. Not that one? Okay. Is it this one? Oh, that's annoying.
What's going on here? You guys use same address, that's why
I think the default like host name is the same.
109
So yeah, when you go onto your local network, there's loads of stuff there. If you the Home Assistant.local:8 8123, but this is the one you're setting up right now. I did plug in this cable here. I'm just trying to find the address of this one I had plugged in before.
You can try flashing links.
Ah, so 9 is your one. So maybe 10 is mine. No, maybe 6. I knew I should have set a static IP. Oh, there we go. So the address of this one is 106.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mine also. Okay.
Handy command if you ever in this sort of situation. I always use ARP-A to help find all the network addresses on your network. I'm sure there's cleverer commands than that, but that's the one I know. Okay, where was I? Yeah, let's look at the automations. So, you can make an automation, so let's make a new one. And basically it's triggers, conditions, and actions. So when this happens, in this situation, do this. So when I press the button, if it's daytime, turn on the light, or something like that. And so you can get triggers from lots of different places. They can be things from like the time, just time of day. They can be geolocation, so that's the app when you're walking around and moving to different places. Manual things where you just click a button. Anything like that. Webhooks as well, so if you want to connect up to other servers you have, you can make a webhook. But let's go to...
It is saying that it's found your ESPHome here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go?
Okay.
Do you want to have a go?
Shows it has found all the...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So the ESPHome setup is, you have to do a little bit more stuff, but I'll walk you through that. Cool. So ESPHome is like a plugin for a Home Assistant. So if you go to, I think, Settings, and you go to, or maybe Add-ons, and you want to add an add-on. So here's all the different ones. You can get some more network things like proxy servers, media servers, file servers. But the one we want is ESPHome. Yeah. So this is the add-on that explains all about it, and you can click install. And this, if you install a Home Assistant OS, this is all really straightforward. If you do it in a container or in Docker, it's a bit more complicated, this bit. But this works great. So let's, wait for that to go.
ESP has all the temperature sensors and everything.
Yeah, so ESPHome has, it hooks up to this, and so you can put whatever circuit you want onto that, right? So let's do an example with the automation up here. There's so many options, I always forget which thing I can do. Is it device? Yeah, okay. So ESPHome test, I should have given it a better name than that. But, what is it? ESPHome test button turned on. So when I press the button, that triggers this. And the action I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my device again. It's the same device, but it could be any device in your home network. And I'm going to turn off the LED. Why not? Okay. So that's that done. Let's see if it works. So when I connect the button, how well can everyone see on the stream? I moved the camera. Oh, that's not bad actually. So when I do this, the LED should go off. Yeah. That's it basically. But they could be on any device, anywhere wirelessly in your house, in your office, but I only have one because I was expecting someone maybe to bring one with me so we could do two. Yeah, simple stuff. So we could have it like that. Maybe this. Let's make it so when I turn off my fan, the LED goes off. Let's change it to that, because that might be useful. You might want to know if a plug in another room is being used by someone else. And so let's do that. Let's make a kind of, let's put it on the screen. So when my device, when I, so already, the thing I've noticed about Home Assistant, I think, is setting up your device names and locations is probably the most important thing, because it's very easy to lose track with all these different devices. So when the smart plug is turned on, the LED turns on. So like fan on. And let's make another one. When the smart plug is turned off, so let's find the smart plug device. Smart plug. When that's turned off, the LED on the ESP test goes off, 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 off. Okay, I'm just going to check those because I think I made a mistake in the first one because I was doing it too quickly. Fan on, fan off. Turned on, on. Okay, let's see if it works. So hopefully now when I turn the fan off, yeah, the LED turns off. When I turn the fan on, it turns on. So there's a little bit of a delay because this has to go to the Raspberry Pi server and the server has to tell the LED to go. But it's still pretty quick. I found that the ESPHome stuff, the delay is really, really small. It's very fast. I found maybe more consumer things, the different devices are very different. Like sometimes they're very quick and sometimes they're pretty slow. Yeah. So you can imagine having like a ton of these plugs in other rooms, and you can check with a board of LEDs, like, I left on the fan in the other room, I better go switch it off. Fun time. And no real programming needed for most of this. The ESPHome is getting slightly more towards programming, but still not much. Still just kind of settings more than programming. If you, like, this is the most complicated things you need to do. How are we doing? Is it installed?
Installed,
Okay.
started it.
Oh, installed, started it. Okay. So it'll pop up on your sidebar, and I think the first time you set it up is the trickiest. So let's do like a fresh setup. Imagine you're doing it from the start, because this has already been set up, so it's a little bit easier. But let's do a fresh setup, because see how difficult it might be. So what you need to do is, because when you start, your ESP32 is going to be, like from the factory, it's blank, doesn't know anything, it's got no settings. So you're going to need to plug it in one time to flash it. But after you've plugged it in one time to change it and flash it, you can do everything else wirelessly. But the first time you've got to plug in. And I'm just going to back up all my settings just because I don't want to lose them if I need to do this demo again. I think that's fine because it's on my browser. So let's just put these in a text file somewhere. Okay, cool, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead. So we can delete everything on here, it doesn't matter.
Should I plug it?
Yeah, so click on New Device here. So it basically says, yeah, you need to plug it in. And the settings for like flashing it directly, completely open, completely on your home network is a little bit complicated. Maybe just shove it on the other side, just so the wire's out of the way. Yeah, so you can do it completely locally, but if you go open ESPHome web, I find this is the easiest way to do it.
Connect.
So you need to connect. So this is the serial connection from the USB. So try to connect. It might work, it might not. Okay, so prepare for first use. Do you have a spare USB port? Can we mirror your screen just so people can see what's happening? Oh, go for it. Ah, here we go, thank you. So the connecting when you first start is sometimes a little bit fiddly, and I think what you might need to do is, this is not really connected because it's usually a little bit quicker than that. So let's refresh this page, and you need to unplug it, and then there's I think it's easier to unplug here. There's a button on there.
This one?
What do they say? I can't see from here. But there's like a reset button. And so I think it's the left one. I think it's boot.
Yeah, it says
that
boot.
one. Yeah, I think it's that one. You need to hold that down while you plug it in. Hold it down.
I held it down.
Yeah, hold it. Keep it down. Keep it down. Keep it down. Plug in, and then when you're holding it down, yep. Oh, you got it.
No way.
There, yeah. Okay, and then click connect. And I think.
I'm still holding.
Yeah. It should connect. Oops. So we can. Yeah, I'll let go, And yeah, there we go. So you need to make sure you hold it down so that you can get it in the mode to flash it. So it's easy to forget that one. Yeah, it takes a few minutes to flash the first time. And the first time you flash it, it's got this sort of blank firmware. So it doesn't have any network settings. It doesn't have a connection to your ESPHome. But then the next step is really, really simple, so it doesn't take much to do that. A lot of waiting today. Some water.
So you can use this independently of whether if we have a Raspberry Pi or not.
Yeah, so this ESP32, if you look at some of the past videos we did for this event, you can program MicroPython, you can program in C, and you can make it do all sorts of stuff. It's a really good chip. It's got like 2 cores, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, bunch of sensors, low power modes. So very, very easy to work with.
That's good.
So Home Assistant is just one way to do it. I recommend just get a bunch of them because they're so fun and they're not expensive. So it's easy to play around, build things. Okay, so it's just finishing installing. Right. So now we need to get it on the Wi-Fi, right? So we got to get it on EC event, yep, and the same password as before. Yeah. RENGA. Yeah. Cool. So that sets it up to connect. Great. So if you click Visit Device, now you're connected to the actual home page coming from here. And if you want, you can send firmware straight to here through this. That's one way to do it. And you can get a log of what's it doing. But I find the easiest way is if you go back to Home Assistant. Yeah, so I think if you refresh this page, it might pick up the device automatically. Oh, that's brilliant. Set the password to something default because it makes it easier. Yeah, cool. Yeah, never. Okay, so see if you can add a new device. Continue, because often it will pick up the device. Let's just type, yeah, we need to give it a network name, and this is the EC event one. And I always forget which is capital and which is lowercase, but let me double check.
I think.
You got it? Yeah, EC is capital, and then event, oh, you've got a 1 in there for some reason. Just delete that 1. Yeah. Okay, so that's just, yeah, okay.
332. This one? I got 10 to 20.
You just miss one.
It's okay.
Let's find out. I think we can still set it up. Yeah, we can do wirelessly. So it should find the device.
It's downloading stuff.
So what it does is every time you make a new firmware, it will build the firmware and compile the software and then send it to the device. I'm not sure if it's found it or not. We'll find out soon. Again, the first time you set it up is always the trickiest. After that, firmware changes are pretty smooth. The other nice thing about this is, because it's fully wireless, you can put these sensors, like with a tiny solar panel and a battery, put it up a really big pole, measure like wind speed, and then if you can't get to it, it doesn't matter. And the range is decent. You can get versions with an external antenna as well if you want to go further.
And it's on breadboard, so you can just...
Yeah, this one's a breadboard development version, but you can get tiny versions which are just the chip. Maybe it hasn't found it. Oh, I think it's working. Oh, it's still just downloading the tools to build it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it takes a bit of time.
Let's see.
What kind of automation do you want to make with this? You got any ideas?
I want automatic light thing when I come home.
Oh, like vroom, just turns on.
For me, my microwave timer is broken. So
Nice.
I need to like switch off.
I just completely broke it.
Completely broken. So if you just switch on,
Yeah.
it's just forever running.
Full on. You could, get it with a smart plug or something, just have it turn on off. That'd be cool.
We like use those servo motors to control it. I don't know if it can.
Is it just possible to connect with my smartphone and set a timer on?
Yeah, definitely. That'd be
awesome.
great, yeah. That's a nice one, I think. I think it would be nice to do, I want to do a fridge temperature sensor, because I want to know like how cold my fridge is, and if there's a power cut, maybe it could log the like everything going too warm and being like unsafe.
Actually, like if I have to like do a full scale thing, I would actually get like Raspberry Pi, get cameras and set up like a delivery camera thing to detect if I get.
That's great, yeah. So you can get a tiny camera for this, ESP32 cam chip. Very small if you want to put it somewhere. The quality is kind of low, but it's enough to detect like cars coming past.
Detect is fine. And we can write C code on this, right?
Yeah. So in fact, even inside ESPHome, you can write like mini C functions if you want to do something that it doesn't support.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to process the data for a sensor, you can write a C function. Okay, it's getting there. So I think normally the first time it takes a long time, but afterwards it's all cached, so it's a bit quicker.
I created an image, so hopefully it does.
Will it be able to flash the image? That's what I'm worried about. Will it find it?
I don't know.
You're on the same network. I think it will find it.
Yeah, it should.
And we managed to connect to it before, so. So if it doesn't work flashing like this, the other thing is you can download this image that you made and you can update it through the web interface we just looked at, and that's another really quick way to get it to work. And again, after that, it should auto-update. Yeah, I want to do lots of sensors, like temperature, CO2, other kind of sensors. Oh, it's linking, so it's not far now.
PM 2.5.
Yeah, like air quality, PM 2.5. I thought we could have one one like up here and one down in the basement, because sometimes I think the maker space is not very good ventilation. It gets a bit stuffy. Oh.
Success.
Ah, it did.
Here we go.
There you go.
Resolving IP. Come on. Come on. No, I can't find it. It was like 111, wasn't it? Oh, you got it? No.
No,
Error. Oh well. Let's try it the other way then. So, like I said, this is the hardest part. I think this was it, right? Yeah. So you need to go to this screen, and we got to find the firmware we made as well. So we should be able to download. Can't we download the firmware? Oh, maybe I think we have to close it. So we've got this screen. So as long as we can get the firmware from the, go back to the screen you had before.
This one?
Yeah, we need to make the firmware. So I think, because this won't connect, right? Because it doesn't know where it is. So if we close this, when we say new device,
This one?
yeah, I think so. Like, let's continue. Give it a name, like, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, ESP32 at the top there. I don't know if we need that, but yeah, install. So if we click install, I think we can download. Manual download. So we can download it manually, and hopefully it's all cached, so it'll be quick. Yeah, that's much quicker. So it will be quicker. If you have a proper server, depends how much you want to use it. I've actually been running Home Assistant on a Raspberry Pi for about a year, just for a couple of small things, and it's been no problem.
You get one, but it's super costly.
Yeah, if you go on to Mercari, there's people selling like old Intel NUC computers, way cheaper than Raspberry Pi and way faster. If you just need a little computer, great for a mini server. Go get like a NUC for a few thousand yen.
I want to get a backup server. Back home, I actually had a Raspberry Pi server.
Oh yeah.
With 3 Raspberry Pi stacked to it.
Oh, like a cluster.
Yes.
That's cool. We need to build one. We've got like 5 Raspberry Pis, so we should build something.
Can be 3D print them.
Okay, second time. So this time, we're going to download it. In fact, I kind of think when it fails the first time, it should give you a link to download. That would make things a bit easier.
Right.
Maybe they're trying to be confusing. I mean, it should, as in like they should change it. But it's open source, so we could make a pull request, and we could.
We can download the image from GitHub.
Which image?
This one.
But it generates it based on your settings.
Right.
So whenever the slightly annoying thing is, whenever you change the configuration settings, you have to do a little bit of a recompile. So it is a bit slow, but I guess the idea is you set it up one time and then you don't touch it. Okay, linking.
Yeah, it's working Android phones.
Here we go. Download. Okay, I think modern format is the one we want to use because we're using a web-based flasher. Great, so we downloaded it. So it's that bin file. So we're going to upload that bin file now. So yeah, if we just go to choose file on the left. Oh, it works, great. Update. I think so. Update failed, wrong magic byte. Oh, that's a new one. Let's give this a...
Right, let me refresh the page.
Yeah, that's annoying. Did it download wrong or something? That's weird.
I don't think so.
Did we need the old format?
The file.
What is it? ESP factory. Oh, it just downloads it. ESP factory.
It's not even open.
What? Do we need a different format? Can we go back to ESPHome? Hang on, go close on here. Go on close here.
Close?
Close there, yeah? And then you go install. This is one way to do it. So you can flash from this menu. So if you go to find ESP factory from here, we might need to pull out the cable and do the reconnect, but let's see if we can flash. Okay. So I think when it's connecting like this, if we just grab it, pull it out, retry. Nope, doesn't want to do it.
Connected.
Let's try. Can you grab the file again and let's give it another try with the flash ready. Okay. Come on. I set this up last week and I'm just trying to remember if there was one more step that I've forgotten. Because when I did it, after I set up the initial firmware,
It should automatically.
it connected, it found it automatically and then did the update. It was very smooth. I don't know why it doesn't want to do it.
Still connecting. That means it's
No, it's not connected. Just,
I will pull
let me just try from, can you unplug it and plug it in without pressing the button? So don't press the button. I just want to see if I can connect from my Home Assistant and just see if it'll pop up on here. Let me see if I can, because we're on the same network, so we both should be able to see it.
I'm not connected.
Okay, so if I go on Add New Device, continue, ESP32, recommended settings. Huh. Oh, I can't find it at all now. Because what happened to me is I got this like orphaned ESP32. Do you want to reconnect to it? And it, yeah.
Is it fine?
Oh, hang on. This one says it's online. Ah, tell you what. I'm going to unplug mine just in case they're interfering with each other, you know what I mean? Let's just unplug that one.
Again, doing the automatic one.
Yeah, let's do the whole thing again because, I mean,
Okay.
maybe having two Home Assistant servers is probably...
Okay, prepare for first.
Yeah, so let's do the prepare for the first time. And we already have the image downloaded, so it should be easy, right? I think we need to do the boot thing. So that's every time you flash by USB, you need to do that. Yeah. So whack it in. You got it? So if we connect. Yeah. So I think this web flashing tool is the one that I found most reliable. There are other flashing tools, but this one's probably my favorite. Come on, I hope it works.
It says erasing you.
At least it's not saying connected. Well, hey, yeah, so it's going to flash the image you built, which contains everything like the Wi-Fi and the secret key so that your Home Assistant can connect properly. That's the most important thing. Awesome. We're getting there. Hello. I'm sure no one's watching. But okay, so this is like the finished setup. Like it's connected, this will connect to this. And the way you edit ESPHome is by changing this stuff. I can't really, can you make it a little bit bigger? I don't know, like Command Shift Plus, maybe? Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that's great. So this has got all like your basic setup keys and all that stuff. And then below this, you have to add your kind of configuration. And if you go to the Home Assistant website, sorry, ESPHome website, not this one, ESPHome, yeah, sorry. They have a list of all the different things. So if you can find like LED or switch or anything like that, we can set one of those up. Maybe just, ESPHome. That just Google it. Cool. Yeah. So I think, so we've got it set up, we've got it started. We need to find our device. And it's probably the easiest thing is to search in the top left. So search for like LED and see if we can find something. And of course there's many types. Yeah, so we haven't got addressable LEDs. So we just want to turn the pin on and off. So let's search for GPIO, like general purpose input output. I think that's the one we want. Let's find out. GPIO, that's a sensor. We want to turn it. What about this one? GPIO output. What's this say? Okay. So the documentation is pretty good. It says don't use this instead. So let's go over that one. Yeah, switch. Great. And so it gives you an example. So in your configuration, you need to put this. Give it a name, give it a pin. Oh, can you have a look? What pin is the resistor there?
This one?
Yeah, can you see it? I can't see the number.
It's between 50 to 55, 54, 53.
They only go up to about 30. Is it is it upside down or?
Yeah, I think so.
Only 55.
55? No.
Yeah, it's up till 60.
No.
Yeah, see.
25. What are you looking at?
Oh, this pin.
Yeah. The one the resistor is pointing. 25.
I thought it's on the
Sorry.
board.
No, not those ones. Yeah, so different chips will have different numbers. So let's.
Should I remove this one?
Just go past that. We can ignore that. I think. Yeah. So switch, and it's 25. Oh, brilliant. Maybe that's probably why I chose 25 for my setup. And let's give it a name, and we click save. I think. It checks it, and we click install. And now this time it will do it wirelessly, and I think it will work much better. Okay, so it's going to do the build again. Takes a bit of time, but hopefully.
I detected, I think.
Yeah, so I think the second time is much smoother. And of course, this is all wireless. It doesn't need to be plugged into our computer. It just needs power. And there's a bunch of extra settings, like if you have a switch or a button, you can invert it, so makes the opposite of what you press, because some buttons work different ways. Nice. Hang on. So I'm gonna get the camera ready because I want to see the LED turn on. Let's do it. Where are we? Oh, that's much better. Cool. I think it's just a bit dark. This camera can't really focus. It's just too dark. There we go. Okay. Okay. Linking. Will it work? Will it work? Yeah. So I think this is a fun hobby.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It's a success.
Uploading. Brilliant. So it's connected. It's uploading. We did it. But so once you've done it one time, easy, right? Then there's not much programming. I think this is a really good open source project actually.
What is this API? It uploaded.
Okay.
Trying to connect, but cannot connect to this.
That's weird. Oh, there we go. I think it's connected. I think it's working.
Where is the light?
Maybe just in a new tab, like open up a new tab of Home Assistant in case we interrupt that by mistake. I think it's done, but if we jump into Home Assistant again, so now if we go to, I think we want to just add it to here. So let's try and add, edit dashboard, let's add the button. Let's take control, let's just, add a card, maybe. So I think we just want, I don't know, maybe entity, maybe we can find the ESP. Oh yeah, we want the, what did you call the ESP?
It's called it ESP.
Let's see if we can find it. Can't find it. Let's update. Let's try going from the settings. Maybe it's easier like that. If we go to settings, we go into the devices and services, and then maybe up here. Oh, maybe some way you should be able to find your ESP home
Cannot find any.
thing. Entities maybe. ESPHome. I can't remember where it is. Try integrations again. I think it might be inside configure here. I have no idea. Oh no, maybe not.
No.
So we've got to find the device somewhere.
ESP. Can I get it on the dashboard? It's not connected.
No, because that once we've done our first install, that kind of setup page goes away. So it's not serving that anymore. But we can see it in here, right? Because if we click, we're just looking at the logs. If we click stop, I think it's fully loaded, right?
The LEDs.
And so if we close this now,
It's
offline.
Offline.
Why is it offline? Oh, it's online.
It's on.
Oh, it's just we just need to set it up, but I can't quite remember. Okay, so it's in there. We need to just get the settings. And I can't remember where it is. Let's try dashboard. Okay, we've got more than one. That's what we were looking at before, right? I seem to remember that like ESPHome has its own little setting in here. And here it is, here it is. So you go to the ESPHome like device integration settings page, and it will show you what you've got. So if you want to do when I did it, it popped up here. Like the switch came up here somehow. But I can't find it now. Today. Don't know what that does. Yeah, it's all there.
So the configurations.
Where's the switch? Where is assistant core helpers? It's not one of those. Entities not shown. No. ESPHome home assistant core.
Try searching LED.
Yeah, that's good.
I named the
Oh yeah,
LED.
LED. I feel like we're missing something. Oh, maybe we need to.
You need the encryption?
I think.
You can check the edit. It's again offline.
Where was it? Is it this one?
I think this one.
I think because this is a plugin, like running in a container, until you add it in here, it doesn't actually know like you've got it set up. So maybe this is the missing step that I forgot about. Or not. Oh, right near the end and we couldn't quite get it. Oh no. Cannot connect.
ML contents API. It has.
Yeah, I think we said it right, didn't we? We can see it.
This is the key.
Yeah. I wonder, this captive portal line, do we need that? What's that doing? Because it's not got any information in it. Maybe delete that line and do it again. Let me check the backup I made. Glad I made the backup. My setup had captive portal.
It had.
Yeah. Oh, one thing you can add, and this might be important actually.
Oh, I can try to
Oh.
So I'm gonna stop it.
Oh yeah. You can just stop that. So here, just give this an ID as well, like another line, and just give it an ID. Just my one had it. I'm not sure. And then like LED. I think it doesn't need to be a string. Just yeah, that's great. Just one thing like that. Just notice there's a difference. So if you hit install again. Let me check the documentation and see if we can find it. Oh, I hope we can get it to work. Yeah, it does seem to need to add integration in that page. I don't know about the API, but we do on the add integration page. It said to make sure you can add it there. So let's double check that. Yeah, I think home automation. People say it might save you time. I don't think it really saves you time, but I think it is really fun. Getting like data collection and stuff. You know, like that's what it's really useful for. Good stuff.
Yeah, they're just messing around with the meta space.
I haven't had a proper chance to try it.
Dude, it's awesome.
I put it on for like 2 seconds. I was like, it's way better than the last one.
It's way better.
Yeah, it's a big
I tried
improvement.
watching a YouTube video. The whole damn room became damn.
It is good.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I don't know what the resolution is, but it seemed
It's
way
pretty good.
higher than before.
Yes. And you get pinches for clicking. If this is this, impressive, good, just imagine how the Apple one's going to be.
Yeah, the Apple one's going to be
It's
amazing.
gonna be really cool.
Twice as expensive as
Oh yeah, 3 times. Gotta go to Tokyo tomorrow.
Yeah, like 3 of you guys know?
Yeah, I decided it's worth going. So
I want to go.
jump on the train.
I don't have money.
Wow,
Wow.
it is expensive.
This is completely Black Mirror world.
It's pretty cool.
There's a lot of sensors.
Oh, like that. I think it's done, right? So that's like when it's connected, you've got the Wi-Fi log.
Stop.
So that's connected. I think, maybe we need to go, so we've got the overview, we've got the, I'm just checking that everything's Just checking everything's running and online, you know.
Is this Raspberry Pi?
There we go, yeah. It's running on that Raspberry Pi, yeah.
Okay.
So, what did we say? We said integrations, wasn't it?
Add.
So, does it come up here? I don't know. Oh, that's the name of it, right? ESPHome text. Did we copy and paste it?
Yeah.
That looks good.
Nope.
Yeah,
I did have that.
Just let's double check we got that line right.
Now I cannot even see.
No, this isn't a good sign. Give it a refresh, see if something's going wrong, isn't it? I wonder. API.
It's there. API encryption key. This.
Yeah, let's just
Wait,
copy that one just in.
Syntax correct.
I think it's right. API encryption key. Oh, platform pin. It looks right.
ID optional.
I think it's okay. So let's just copy this key one more time to make sure we got the right one, in case we copied the wrong one by mistake or something. Looks good. I never remember this happening when I did it. I'm trying to think. It all seemed pretty automatic. Huh. It's not loading very well, is it? Something's going on. Let's go back to the settings and.
This is bad gateway.
I think maybe the network's a bit busy. I don't know. Okay.
Should I do?
Well, let's try this. Configure. Let's see what happens. No, but when you go, if you close this and you go to the kind of settings on the top right, little button, no, the three dots. No, it's just, because we were in the settings before, weren't we? Or was that in devices?
Yes, we are.
Oh, we were here, weren't we? But we couldn't see the sensors. Because normally they come up here.
Entities unavailable.
Maybe try like disconnecting it on this page, or go back one step, so like click on that back arrow, and go back to integrations, and maybe like delete it from the integrations and add it again or something. Or we can't even delete it.
Because it's not configured here. Like the Raspberry Pi is there. This is all the other thing. Should I like reboot it?
Yeah, give it a try. It won't hurt it. If you just unplug it, plug it in. Yeah. And so we're not connecting it with flashing, so we don't need to press the button or anything. But What's the notification, by the way? Just out of curiosity, if it's an error or something.
We have discovered.
Oh, check it out. Maybe it's that.
It's 35
No, it's probably.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing. Because this is looking correct. That looks.
It comes
That looks right. So it's some other setting. Install validate show API key. What's that show? Does it show as the same key?
Yeah.
Exactly the same?
Exactly
Okay,
the same.
yeah.
Okay, copied it.
Yeah.
And,
We got the logs,
Yeah.
it's connected, it's fine. LED,
Oh,
GPIO 25. It's there, right? Yeah.
it's there.
So that looks correct. So we just need to add the setting for that. So if we go on, hang on. Oh, go on, try this. Try that again, and yeah, see if it works. If that doesn't work,
Oh, can connect to ESP.
And like if we go to devices and do like add device, what happens now? If we try and add ESP, ESPHome device, discovered. Try it here.
No.
Ah, is it something like we need, when we go to here, do we need to put API in here? I don't know. Huh. Let me Google some more stuff.
I'm gonna watch some Formula One on this.
Yeah, the throw up in 10 seconds.
Just like that, this whole screen area is the YouTube screen.
It's not working. Should I like reset it back again?
Ah, okay. Here's one thing you can try. One thing is that suggested trying to set up a static IP for the ESP32. It tends to, because it says sometimes that if you don't have a static IP, it's a little bit difficult. So I think that's pretty easy to set up. Let me double check.
Oh, I can walk behind the screen. Okay, pretty cool.
Ah, okay, yeah. So underneath static IP get subnet. I think in the YAML for the ES. Oh, that's new. I don't know what that is. That's something else. So if you go to the ESPHome and go to the edit, so under.
There is nothing in the YAML file this time.
Well, that's not good. I feel like something's been erased. Okay.
Wait.
Is it offline?
No. It showed up.
Oh, well, let's see if we can. Okay, so in Wi-Fi, under Wi-Fi, like after the SSID and password, you can make one. Let me just read it. It says manual underscore IP, and then a new line below. And there's 3 lines. There's static underscore IP, and then there's gateway and subnet. And so I guess static IP we can just choose. So the router was like 192.168.0. Let's just pick a big number, just do like 150 or something. Yeah, and then gateway. Let me check what I set up before. Gateway should be, okay, like 192.168.0.1. Yeah, 0.1, yeah. And then subnet 255.255.255.0. Yeah, that's all of it. So a lot of the documents say using a static IP makes things a little bit easier and causes fewer errors. So maybe that will stop this kind of weird connection issue. Yeah, just wireless, because we've got to rebuild and send it again. So while we're doing some very important work, turning an LED on and off in the most complicated way possible, these guys are just messing around. Didn't connect. Give it a retry. It built, but it didn't connect.
It has no route to host.
Yeah, I think the static IP will solve some of these connection issues.
S5、あ、でもここだけしか見れない。いや、そういうわけでもないですね。だからここに来たら、もうまだ、今ですよ。そう、大丈夫。あ、画面までもそのまま。
Oh, here we go. Compile.
It has no routing to host it.
どうすればいいのこれ。どうやって遊ぶの
Why not? Let's close it. Just I would just copy and paste this whole thing so you don't have to write it again.
This one?
Just the whole thing. Just do like Command A, Command C, just in case you lose it or something.
Okay.
Because it's not been flashed yet, right? So if we click Save, that's weird. We could flash it the other way with the cable.
Okay, let's try.
Let's try that. So if we do manual download.
Dude, I want to get one just so I can like kind of, I don't know. But the thing is, can I hook it up to my computer?
Yeah. They have like pass-through modes and stuff.
And then I can just, bring my keyboard around and program while using it.
I wonder how well that works. I've seen guys who say like, yeah, I program 8 hours a day in VR.
I'm like, how do you do that?
I don't know.
Didn't recently they just like do like a partnership with Ray-Ban about like
That was Facebook, yeah.
That's like AR.
yeah.
They look kind of cool, but I don't know.
Which one?
So modern, and then we go back to that other page we had before, didn't we? Do you want a hand? I'll do the button. It was like web.usb. Yeah. So if we boot, give it a connect, and then install. I think we should be good. And then what did you save it as? Oh, that one. Yeah. Install. Did I hold the button down long enough? Didn't hold the button down long enough.
No, it's not working.
I let go too soon. Let me do it again. Okay.
Retry.
Yeah, no, let's close it and I'll plug it back in. Hang on.
Connected.
Okay, I'm holding it down.
Yeah,
Hold it
till
down.
it
Hold it down.
fails.
Hold it down. Hold it down. Huh? Hold it down. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, connecting, let go. There we go. If this doesn't work, nothing will. But I'm pretty sure I set up like a static IP first try, so maybe that's why I never had that error before.
Normally it just stays in the same network, right? So the IP address shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just some of the issues. Often the code on these things is not super great.
I have a scary video plan.
Oh, don't watch a scary video. You'll never sleep.
I'm trying to watch some good horror. I would actually watch some cricket or something.
Oh, I think sports could be really good.
Yeah.
Like watch the rugby and something gone wrong?
Okay, it installed.
Okay, so if we now it should be connected with our new settings and the static IP, so we can close all this. So let's see if it's connected.
I'm closing.
Yeah. Just give it a refresh. Check. Okay, we're online. Looks good. Offline, online. Yeah. Okay, let's try. So this is all set up, and we don't need to change it, hopefully. So let's try in the settings again, just see if we can see this things pop up.
I don't see
So let's see.
Integrations.
See if we can get that. I don't know. Configure. Add integration. I don't know which one we need, but let's see if it works. I don't know. Did we copy it? Is it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I did.
何も見えないけど、これでいいのか。ああ、なんか始まった。どうしたらいい？どうしたらいい？
No, it's not connecting.
Is it?
No.
Are we doing the right key? Is
Things
it?
I just copy pasted it.
No, but is it the other key?
It didn't show any other keys.
There was another one, wasn't there? It's like an OTA key in the ESP setting.
Okay.
あ、消えちゃった。
Or just let me one more screen. I want to just check.
Ah,
Oh. Like, because when I saw, I did it and I went into here. It just came up in here. Maybe. Oh, let's just try one thing. Let's do the. We've got all these add-ons, right? Got the ESPHome add-on. Let's restart this. Add-on. Just restart this. See what happens. Okay.
It's back online.
I did wonder, is it this key?
But it's an encryption key.
Yeah.
That's the encryption.
I was just thinking, like, we've tried everything out.
Yeah.
So we've restarted. It's not showing. If we do like add device.
ESPHome. Okay.
It does say encryption key, doesn't it?
No. It says make
Yeah.
sure it doesn't, but it's there.
I don't know.
たまに切れる。たまに切れる。たまに切れる。
That's really annoying.
めっちゃ怖い。
What have we done wrong? So if we click ignore here, just hides it. I don't know. Maybe we can reset it or something. Let me just Google some more.
Let me reset it, and this time rather than manually installing the firmware, we just let it automatically do it.
Hang on. I just want to see if anyone's having the same problem. Because I think we flashed it right. I think all of that was correct.
So we're done. Staying on. What if I grab the other?
Okay. One thing. It says you can, if you remove the encryption key lines from the config, you could just not use encryption.
Okay.
So we can try that and
Come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Should I just remove this?
I think so. Yeah. I think just delete encryption and key. Leave API. Yeah. So just those two lines and the next line. So those two lines. Yeah. Let's try that. Last chance.
Let's see.
Just give it install. I think the wireless install works, right?
Yeah, I mean the Wi-Fi is showing up, so
Yeah.
it should work.
And I think now we've got the static IP, it should work more reliably. Because there's definitely some bugs related to the DHCP, because I think the code on the ESP32 is not very good. Come on. Come on.
It's all right here for you, Lauren.
What's that?
It's all right here.
Thank you. I haven't got time.
As well.
I haven't got time to try. I got to tidy up and then get ready to go tomorrow.
This is pretty cool.
Come on, we're nearly there. We're nearly there.
China. I wonder if there's like VR Star Wars. That'd be so cool.
A VR Star Wars, yeah.
Nice. Does anyone else want to try?
Go on, let me have a quick try. What are you looking at?
Alright, there you go.
I had a very brief look earlier today.
Well, now you have a longer look at it today.
Well,
Well, I will become your guys' new host. As you can see,
God, how small is everyone's head? Yeah.
it's just easy, just, control the,
It is very stable, isn't it, in
Oh,
space? The tracking is fantastic. It's just my head is too big for this. Anyway. Okay, so if you go on like a YouTube thing,
Watch an F1 video, click on the full screen, the whole wall becomes your screen.
let's check it out. Oh man, commercials. That's pretty good. Oh,
You have to press full screen. It doesn't. You can't adjust it.
kind of pinched it. Wow, 結構いいよね。7万? Okay, how do I type? I want to try a 360. なんか360度。多分バランスがちょっと悪くて、後ろになんかバッテリーとか置いたらちょうどいいかもしれない。
なんか指と
あ、お。あ、
ピンチみたい。できた？見える？
丸いのがあるじゃないですか。
それはポイント。なんかマウス。It's not working.
No!
Fine and deal with it yourself. I'm doing no.
Did you have any clues?
なんか指と刺してピンチ。はい。
Everything in VR 3D is so weird. Like every video.
できました。
What are you doing?
I get so motion sick. I can't watch something where the camera moves. No, that's going to kill me if I do that. Anyway, めっちゃ船用意するね。あ、できた? Did you get it?
Not working. It did took the static IP though, but it's not working.
So, we just don't know. Let me just, I don't know what it could be. I'm lost it. I wonder if the name ESP is like reserved or something. Can we change the name?
What you do?
I don't know, just like Engineer Cafe or something. Just something that won't be used elsewhere. Yeah, I think it can't have a space in it. Yeah.
Friendly. I will copy the. Okay, this time I didn't have the API thing. So.
But it still didn't work when you tried?
No, it asked for encryption.
Something's wrong, isn't it? Something's set up wrong. Well, everyone who's following on the stream, if you are, we didn't do it. Sorry. Goodbye. We tried. I'm sad.
I want to try. そう、火災とお化け屋敷みたいな。火事とお化け屋敷